What's up, guys? We're at Talamas in Boston, and they are an official Red reseller. I think that's the right way of putting it. Also, rental house.
Hey, my name is Mike Duke. I'm the senior video technician here at Talamas. We're here with the new Red weapon. This says the woven body with the new Helium 8K sensor in it. So top of the line, just below the VistaVision sensor. If you have to overcrank or you're worried about 60p in any reason, this is your guy for you.
So that's the big difference between like the Epic W and the NIMS, man.
Yeah, right.
The weapon Helium, right? That's what the big difference is, the frame rate, right?
Yeah.
So this shoots 8K. That's the first
Yes.
thing, right? I'm simple. I have to keep it simple for myself. Shoots 8K, and it's the Helium sensor,
Yes.
which from what I've seen is pretty good in low light.
So now they have the new DSCM squared OLPFs, which are optimized for these bodies and are a little bit easier to change out.
Oh, I didn't realize there's a new, there's too much stuff, right?
All new hardware.
There's too many things, guys.
If you look here, we have our new, the new Pogo connector from Red. It's a quick connect for their new monitors and viewfinders connections.
It's like power and videos.
Power and video over one cable or just direct to the body. Most of their new products are toolless, so this guy can come off really easy. We could put it on the side here.
Because it's like, with the Red cameras, like this is also like kind of like the main controller, right? You
Yeah.
can't really control it without the monitor, right?
Well, you can control some stuff with the new side plate here.
Oh, so you can do it.
Yeah, you can do SDI out.
Glad that you're here. I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of hardware stuff.
There's a
Right.
lot. It's gotten a lot more complicated.
We love the wooden camera accessories. I think they're really smart. The way that they machine stuff is great. We have their new pass-through top plate here. So you're getting the Pogo connector through the top plate, which is new. We're using their Anton Bauer adapter. We like the wooden camera one. It's cableless, which is cool, powers through, and you get your telemetry on the LCD, which is also what everybody wants.
You kind of figured out the top handle. I've seen some really awkward, funky handle
Yeah.
handle monitor placements on these cameras so far. This seems pretty decent.
Yeah, so it gives you the nice option of getting rid of it, so it's just on a NATO rail.
So we are going to be shooting 8K HD. I think that's what makes the most sense, so I can show the 8K files on YouTube. We're also going to shoot like a ProRes proxy, right?
Yep.
Like a 4K or 2K.
We can either shoot 4K or 2K, yeah.
And this is telling me on like, what is this, a 512 card?
Yeah, that's the new 512 cards.
That's giving me 23 minutes?
Yeah, in that ballpark, yeah, depending on your, but you do need the new mags because of the speed requirements. As you can imagine, the data rate of 8K and proxies, it's quite a bit, especially if you're doing 4K ProRes.
So we're gonna go shoot a little bit at Red Sky, which is a studio in Boston. They're very gracious in letting us come over there. We're gonna just shoot some footage. I was gonna try to make a short film. It's probably just gonna end up being footage, but maybe we'll go outside, do a little bit of dynamic range testing, do some low light, and just see what people look like with this camera, just shoot it. I think there's a little echo in this room, perhaps? That's okay. So we're in this lovely cafeteria, and the only light really that's kind of playing is this stoplight in the background. You see that, right? And they're telling me that's LED, but it's pretty dark in here. We're gonna test some of just like how tungsten looks under it, because tungsten's kind of like a good benchmark. A little 750 book light, we'll go look at it in a second. So could you turn that one on for us?
Cool. So this is a very, very basic book light. Just the Area 750 bouncing off of the whiteboard into the diffusion. And this is just full scrim. It's really hot.
If we were to like clean it up and do it like nicer, right, we would come in like, probably bring the bounce down of a bigger diffusion, put solids over the top and the bottom. But we're running pretty loose today, so I think that this is still gonna work pretty well for us. We could just stay on, we just don't come off axis, we just stay this way. Because I don't think yeah, we'll just do that. Yeah, we'll just stay on axis, we won't come around. Yeah, let's I don't want to break the light or you. Thank you, I appreciate you trying that. Cool, so this is a very dark scene. We're on the same axis. We've moved a little bit closer on our camera. And Shannon's being backlit by, again, this stoplight that's just kind of like a mix of LED mush, right? So we have a red one and a yellow one and a green one. So what color is this when it gets here? Brown? I don't know what color this is really gonna be, but at 3200 ISO, this is giving us a T2, which is pretty impressive. And what else is happening? So like over here, right? So this right there. And over here, we're getting basically spill light from that hallway, which is a bunch of, I think, fluorescent lights just being bounced all around, pretty soft. And it's a 1 over here, this is a T1, but this surface is extremely white and reflective, so it looks pretty bright in the background. So that's all the lighting that's happening in here. And you want to roll a clip of it?
So if you notice here at our histogram here, we have our left goalpost is red. That's telling us we're kind of losing some data in the shadows. If it was red over here, we'd be losing data in the highlights. And you know, we're weighted to the left a little bit, which means that we're getting a lot of shadow detail, not a whole lot of highlight detail. But that's with our ISO and white balance applied to it. So if we want to look at what it's really going to look at, we would click on our histogram here, click the raw function, and then we're seeing what the camera's recording without those metadata pieces applied. And you can see they're grayed out at the top, and they're set to their defaults. And now you can really see that we're really pushed over to the left here at 800. But when we bring it into post and we apply our 3200 ISO to it and whatever white balance we choose in post, it'll look something like this.
If we can now, can we turn on our book light? And at 3200 ISO, this is probably going to be pretty bright, right? But let's see what we got. It's still basically like a 2.5 from the tungsten book light. Let's go. Let me go check out how this looks. So roughly, and we'll see what like a cleaner
Everything is
image
orange
looks like.
here.
Compare the 30.
When you fill the cup completely.
Yeah. Cool, yeah. So we took those all out. Standard operating procedure over there.
Oh, yeah.
That's perfect. So what we've done now, we've used some cooking mitts to take out the scrims from the 750. So the scene's a little bit brighter. It's still kind of a dark scene overall, but at 1250 ISO roughly, we're at like a T28. So this is more of like a normally lit scene.
If we look at our histogram now, we're good, and we're losing less detail in the shadow. And if I go to a 2.8, just to match what he got on his, we're still getting quite a bit of data.
Cool, so that's gonna wrap it up for this room. We looked at what the helium sensor is gonna look like at 3200 ISO with some low light values, and then we pumped a little bit more light in here, and we looked at it at 1280, and we'll show those on in the video what the difference is. Even though it's gonna be on YouTube, I think we'll be able to see like roughly how the sensor's handling it. We'll bring these with us in there, but we'll move the camera over into the main lobby. Can we come up to like about here? And we'll just key with the window straight up. All sets. You guys can beat it. Do you want to hold show?
Turn around and touch me.
So here I am. I'm standing in front of a window. So we're out of like the dark tungsten scene, and we're gonna use just daylight.
Right now we're at ISO 800 to match what he's getting on his meter. We're at 2.8 on our lens, so we have some room to go there, which is nice. And we're at 5500K just to kind of balance the room nicely. And again, you can always change that later. That's the beauty of RAW.
Awesome. Let's throw the 25 in the puddle. Yeah, what's the best puddle? This one? Yeah, so you're gonna let's do it from like you're gonna be like low. Yeah. Yeah, so we'll just pop right off that. Just go. Yeah, so we'll just frame up. Yeah, let's see.
Right now we're dropping in a 0.6 Tiffin IR full spectrum ND. I really like these full spectrum NDs. They're gonna cut all the light value and attenuate the full range between infrared and IR. On the front right here. So we get the 0.6 in. I have a range from 0.3 to 1.5 on hand, so we can really dial this guy in. But again, full spectrum's where it's at, and there's a couple companies making full spectrum, but I like these Tiffins quite a bit.
So we're outside. We just made this up real quick. We're gonna be shooting 8K 60 frames per second, and I couldn't find anything cool to do, so I'm gonna throw this rock, this ball in this puddle. That's what we got. That's what's gonna happen. Roll behind the scenes camera. I'm gonna roll the helium camera. You roll in. I'll drop the shit. Ready? Here we go. Okay, bowl time, take 2. Here we go. I promise we're gonna get like a flatland biker or someone cool next time for this slow-mo test, but you know. Cool. So we're all done with our shoot. I know the footage was a little bit lame. We're gonna do a better job next time. I think we'll try to get some like artists in here or something, but we're gonna download this card now. Red reader here. Is this a new reader too, right?
It's the same Minimag reader they've had for a couple generations now.
Boom, let's see how this goes. So we're gonna go, what, USB 3 into my laptop, right? Mm-hmm. Cool, so it loaded. So we're gonna take all of those and drop it onto my external. Cool, so we are in the new Premiere. I just downloaded Premiere Pro CC 2017. So these are all 8K files, I hope. And then we can import them. This is probably gonna take a minute, right? No, that's pretty quick. Okay, damn. Oh, never mind. That was super fast. Oh, they are. Look at that. That is a huge ass file. Great. So this is one of our low light tests. This is with the light on, I think. So we're gonna drop this to 1/16th. I thought it went to 1/32nd even, but let's see. Yeah. So it's playing back, and this is just a laptop. If you go to the master clip controls, we do have all of the raw controls, so we can change the color balance. We can change the different dragon colors and gamma curves. I'm not being super technical with this. So that's gonna wrap it up for our look at the weapon Helium. I think I got that right. We shot some AK in low light, some daylight. We did some really lame slow-mo. I promise we're gonna do cooler slow-mo in the future, but we did show what that looks like. Thanks again to Talamas for sponsoring the video and giving us the red camera. Thank you so much, Mike, for coming out.
No problem.
And thank you to these guys back here, Red Sky. Pretty cool. They let us use their facilities. They have much cooler stages, I promise. We'll come back and do stuff like that. It just requires a little bit more lighting. So if you like the video, give it a like below and subscribe to the channel. We're hopefully going to be doing more collab videos like this with Talamas with Red Sky. And check out talamas.com to see some more. You guys have some pretty cool content on there, right?
Yep, plenty of content. Whether you're looking for rent or buy, if you're looking for info on certain products, we got it there.
So awesome. As always, you guys get out there and plan better, shoot better.
We'll be right back.